What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and today we're going to be discussing the best abilities on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. Now, I've already given you guys an update to this as early as maybe the last couple weeks, but because some of you guys are seeing new cards come out and we're getting a lot of newer viewers, shout out to all of you guys. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to know when a new video is released. What's going on is people are getting very, very confused, and people are still asking questions about the abilities and how to put abilities on. How many abilities do we get per side? So I'm going to clarify all of that while also letting you know what the most important abilities are for this game. Now, just so you guys are on the same page, pretty much I average about 21, 22 weekend league wins. When I do play, I'm going to show you guys my head-to-head record. I haven't played in the last couple of days because I had some other things going on, but pretty much what happens is once you know Madden and you understand Madden, you can always be pretty good at Madden. It's just the people that don't adjust to the changes that seems to have the issues. Now, on the right side of the screen, you can see that the 3 superstar abilities that you can get is shown for the players that you use there. One misconception is that people can have abilities with it not being activated. That is not true. Even if you have an ability without an X factor, you still have to activate it. Okay? So Marcus Allen has the superstar X factor, or first one free, but his ability is evasive, which he can use on every down. Please note that that's one of the top ones, but we're going to go in order now that I've been able to show it to you. Just remember, abilities have to be activated as well. Do not be that guy that goes out into the game like, yo, bro, I'm ready. I put abilities on my whole team. What's good? Because you're going to be very, very disappointed to know that you only can use 3, and they have to be activated on this side of the screen. So let other people do that. When you come here, I'm going to give you all the knowledge you need to succeed. Everybody else, that's their problem. So the number one ability that's in the game, in my opinion, offensively, is going to be part of the QB position. And in this case, we have it on Steve Young, and it's Escape Artist. Okay, for those of you guys that don't know what Escape Artist is, think about it like this. You know, like how on 4th of July in the United States of America, we celebrate the independence, right? Imagine one of those firecrackers that zoom up in the air when you light it. Imagine putting that in somebody's butt cheeks and lighting it on fire. That speed that person's gonna move with as it firecracks, that's how fast they move with Escape Artist. And it is very, very glitchy in the game, and I don't really see it changing much going forward, because if they adjust the way they move, that could alter many, many things in the game. So I think that the way that it is right now is going to stay the same. For me, this is a game changer. This right here, when dudes are coming right at your face in the blitz, if you make the right move, press that R2 button and activate Escape Artist, you are not going to be tackled in the backfield. It's just not going to happen. Now, some of you guys are going to be like, yeah, bro, Vic is mad sick, dog. I hit him with Escape Artist. Listen, bro, they all pretty much with the Escape Artist move like a firecrackers between their butt, but Vic, when he gets across the line of scrimmage, is going to obviously move faster than Steve Young, Andrew Luck, and some of the other players that have Escape Artists. Okay, so don't make it seem as if, Michael Vick is so much better than Steve Young, because overall with the catching stat, the passing stats, I would prefer Steve Young at this point. Both left-handed, but I would prefer Steve Young. And even when I told you guys before, most of you guys that asked me on Twitter what you should do with Michael Vick, I told you sell him for $3.5 million. He's down to like 2.3 right now. You see what I'm saying? Because that's just the way the market goes. People realize that once you have these abilities or X factors on these cards, they pretty much are going to play and give you the same type of performance on the field, with the exception of the accuracy of the players, which in Steve Young's case, he is so much more accurate than Michael Vick, it's more likely he will make that dead accurate throw better than Michael Vick. Now, his superstar X factor is Bazooka. Once activated, he can complete, he goes and he increases his max distance of throwing the ball. So that's actually a very, very huge plus. And now you can see the differences, superstar X factor and the abilities. Please note that for each player, all 4 of these, because I paid for them with training, are all active. Okay? So it's not like, oh, I can only have the X factor or I can only have the abilities. You get them all in the same card. These are just available on every single play. It's inside the player's DNA. All right? So roaming Deadeye, all this other stuff, that's okay. And I don't want to really recommend it in my top ones because that wouldn't make much sense. But Escape Artist for me is number 1. All right? Number 2 has to be evasive. You guys can debate this with me all day long, but I've visibly shown you guys. Even when I just did that Twitch Rivals, shout out to Twitch and EA Sports for inviting me to that event. The evasive is so much more ridiculous than anything else. Even the stiff arm, because if you don't have to make contact because you're so elusive, that actually increases your chances of scoring every time. When you stiff arm somebody, yeah, it's kind of cool. You stiff arm his soul out of his chest, but you still slow down. There's stamina issues. There are other things that come into play with that I don't really like, me personally. But this evasive right here, it's worth the 1500 training. This was training well spent. Some things that I've spent training on, I kind of regret it. This I don't at any time. The Superstar X Factor first one free obviously gives you a higher fake out. So once this is activated, Marcus Allen's just an absolute glitch. Like, it's like, okay, bro, what do you want to do? You could bend over here, you could bend over there. Like, whichever way you want to do it, just let me know. That's pretty much what happens once he gets his Superstar X Factor activated. So evasive has to come in at number 2. All right, number 3 for me, I have it right now on Tyreek Hill, Double Me. But it's not all about the Double Me that makes this guy such a glitch. It's the Streak Specialist. Okay, now this ability, it's very, very subtle. I've been telling you guys about this since the beginning of August when I put it on, and you can go back to the video. I think it was like August 5th or 6th. I was telling you guys, it's something different about the way this guy moves because he has Streak Specialist on him. So what I think EA did was they enhanced the way they get off the line when you put this ability on, because when I took it off of Tyreek Hill, he wasn't doing the same things. He was fast, but he wasn't able to get off the press and actually run that streak like a maniac. All right, that was different for me. The Superstar X Factor of Double Me obviously gives you the aggressive catch versus single coverage no matter what. So because he's such a fast receiver, this usually gets activated pretty quickly after I throw a couple passes to him. And then because people be like, yo, but those corners are taller than him. Well, how's that working? Doesn't matter. It's the Double Me factor. This dude goes up, gets the ball, it's bye-bye. You're done. It's over. It's a wrapperoni with cheese. That's pretty much what goes on. So that's why I would highly recommend this as my top 3. Okay, this coming in right there with Streak Specialist. For whatever receiver you want. You guys can tell me about, the route apprentice, route this, route that. You could route this, bro. I don't care. All right, those are my top 3. Now, this is where it gets very, very interesting, okay? You're going to see that I have Fearmonger and I have Unstoppable Force on my line. All right. When it comes to the secondary with the shutdown and other things like that, I had shutdown on Anthony Barr. Okay. And, pretty much like I said, I understand the reasoning behind it because you'll play people with those abilities like Double Me. So you should have a corner that has, shutdown and stuff like that. I don't really care about that. And even when I play people that have that ability, I've been able to kind of steer it the right way to kind of, rotate coverage there to help with those particular players that have Double Me. These 2 X Factors, Fearmonger and Unstoppable Force, are the best in the game. Point blank, period. It's nothing else to talk about. If you guys want to still talk about it, let me know. But I'm just letting you guys know right now. Under Pressure, Reach Elite, and Edge Threat. But let me just tell you this. The abilities of Edge Threat and Power Specialist I have on Lawrence Taylor. He's been a much better card since those additions. Okay? Now, I didn't want them to have exactly the same things. So, pretty much, I think he has Reach Elite. I don't know if I have Reach Elite on Lawrence Taylor with his card. I have to go ahead. But I have some very, very good ones on him. But the Power Specialist... Yeah, I don't have the other one, the Reach Elite. But Power Specialist is just so ridiculous. Because when you get those psychopaths that come out with their old linemen that have abilities, what happens is you got to fight to get to the quarterback if you rush 3 or 4. Lawrence Taylor will make 1 or 2 moves and he's in the backfield. That's a huge thing in Madden 20. Because you don't want to give them time to throw the ball because things can get crazy in the coverage. These things are very, very ideal to your success. Okay? Under Pressure works very, very well. You'll notice that when you get close to the quarterback, no matter how accurate the quarterback is, the ball will be thrown very, very inaccurately. It's happened to me with people that had Under Pressure. That's why I know it works. It's ridiculous. If they get close enough before you throw it, you're going to throw it crazy. So the abilities that I'm going to recommend in the order, right? Edge Specialist, or what is it? Is it? No, Edge Threat. Edge Threat is probably the number 1 for your D linemen, linebackers, whatever. I would say Power Specialist. I would go to the other one that we just spoke about, Reach Elite, and Under Pressure as abilities. The Unstoppable Force and the Fearmonger, pretty much they're similar because once they get highlighted, that other team is done. I've had games where I got all 3 of these guys like enhanced and it was crazy, I'm letting you guys understand this very, very clearly. Yeah, it's bad. It's very, very bad. Regardless if it's Fearmonger, Unstoppable Force, it doesn't matter. Make sure your abilities are right, because the abilities is what happens to make the players play the right way. Now, for those of you guys, I'm gonna give you guys a bonus tip, right? With Pat Tillman, if you're a MUT master, when he gets Fearless, right, which is one of his superstar X factors, on-field teammates enter the zone. Now you got to do like 5 hit sticks, something like that. You got to do something weird. The thing about it is, it's very, very difficult with his position to get the things that you need to get it done. But if you're able to do it just by him, it will enhance tremendously the way your players play, because now it's not only one person getting it, it's 2. So automatically, if we could figure out a way to get Pat Tillman some hit sticks, because it all depends. You know, you might have to come down with your safety and make some plays to start the game to activate it, but it would be something very, very ideal to get everybody activated at the same time, if that makes any sense to you guys. All right, so because some of you guys were asking about it, but I don't know if I'm willing to forego one of my other players to give him the opportunity, because more than likely I would probably have to take it off of D-Law, and I don't want to take it off of D-Law because D-Law is a monster. And speaking of D-Law, regardless of what anyone tells you, keep his MUT Superstar stock. Do not try to do anything else to it, else you will lose the abilities that already come with the card. I know you probably heard it several times, but there are people that have not heard it, and I need them to hear it as well. If you customize this card, you lose a lot of training that's already in the card with Edge Threat, Finesse Specialist, and Reach Elite. Please do not make that mistake. Those are my top, okay? Top of the line for offense and defense. Obviously, with special teams, I would probably go with the clutch kicker. I think maybe clutch. I don't know. I think clutch kicker is probably the best way to go, though, as far as abilities go. And also keep in mind that this does not affect. You know why? Because it's cheap and you can't be iced. These over here, if you really wanted to go slow, you know, I don't know, because you should probably get used to it. Because especially if you play like draft champions and other modes, you don't get that luxury. I love the clutch kicker because it just makes it so you don't have to worry about a guy coming out and icing you. And it's just always going to be a wrapperoni with cheese. But it's up to you. Both of them are good. The focus kicker makes it so that it's like, it's regardless, even if you are iced, it's so slow that you're more than likely going to make it. But getting iced from like 50 can be difficult in certain cases, just depending on the lag, depending on the connection and things of that nature. So just be very, very careful with that as you go forward. And you should be all good. But definitely get yourself a kicker that has the ability that can get those abilities, because it definitely can be a game changer for you and your MUT 20 team. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please be sure to go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, all at GmiasWorld. You have a great day. Be safe. Until next time, one love.